One thing that we love to do here at Benzinga is to talk to executives from publicly traded companies so we can get you some insights. And today we've got a great interview with Carolyn Myers, who is the CEO of FendX Technologies. Ticker on the OTCQB market is FDXTF, and ticker on the Canadian Stock Exchange is FNDX. Carolyn, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thank you, Zaneed.
Absolutely. Now, before we get to the nitty gritty and look under the hood, could you just explain it to me like I'm five? What is it that your company does?
Well, just before we begin, I just want to mention that I'll probably be sharing some forward-looking statements, and I encourage our audience to go to CEDAR Plus website to look at what we have filed there in terms of disclaimers and risks, as well as you can go to our website to look there as well to see our disclaimers. So what do? Well, we're a nanotechnology company, and essentially what we do with our nanotechnology is create films and sprays to be able to protect surfaces from contamination, particularly lethal pathogens. We licensed our nanotechnology from McMaster in 2021, and as I said, we're developing films and sprays. And what impressed me the most about what they've been doing is that they have demonstrated that they can reduce bacteria like MRSA and COVID-like viruses from adhering to the surface by more than 98%, which is pretty significant. And we're hoping that the products we develop will be able to reduce the spread of these types of bugs on surfaces because there's a global need to reduce them because at this point it's very difficult to control them. So our lead product is called REPELWRAP Film. And right now it's with our manufacturer, Dunmore International Corp. And we actually announced this morning, and this is pretty exciting for us, that they have been able to automate in a pilot run REPELWRAP film on their commercial manufacturing machinery. And what that means is they've been able to take a prototype that was part of the licensing from McMaster that is literally the size of a coin and be able to create sheets of the film, which is a testament to our expertise as well as the expertise in collaboration with McMaster and Dunmore to be able to go from this tiny little thing, which essentially took 24 hours to produce, to doing these sheets of film in literally minutes.
Wow, I mean, the speed is definitely something along with accuracy there. Can you talk about the nanotechnology and why it's unique to what we're doing here?
Well, you may know that nanotechnology is the creation of materials that are really, really small. Essentially, they're a billion times smaller than what we can see with the naked eye. And that's where bacteria and viruses thrive. They thrive at the nanoscopic level. So in order to combat them, you need to have these nanoscopic materials to be able to prevent them from spreading, which is what we are attempting to do with development of our products. But what makes us more unique with our nanotechnology is that there are competitors out there. They're called antimicrobial films, and they work differently. Bugs need to stick to those surfaces to be killed because they have metal ions in them. And what happens is the bug will stick, they'll replicate, and through that process, they get killed. And the problem here is that there's still a window of opportunity for them to be transmitted. Our surfaces, on the other hand, which McMaster has demonstrated, is that they instantly repel, which means that the bugs and viruses can't stick to the surface.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want bugs to stick anywhere near me either. So that's helpful. But we've talked about what you've already done, but let's talk about what's coming up ahead, especially in terms of your growth strategy, please.
Well, of course, REPELWRAP Film is an important part of that growth strategy because the next steps are to refine the formulation, refine the process, and then do some real-world condition testing to see how these work in the real world. And upon success of all of that, we will then move into commercial production with the hope, assuming everything goes as planned, to have a product ready for commercialization in late summer, early fall of 2024. In addition to that, though, we also have a pipeline. We've got two things that are really critical in our pipeline. One is the spray technology. The spray is technology that we licensed from McMaster in the spring. So it's a little bit earlier stage in terms of development, but it shows great promise, and it's a great addition to our pipeline because it has the potential to be able more easily applied than a film, and it can potentially increase the number of applications. The other one is our catheter project, where McMaster has shown in early studies that if they coat plastic similar to catheter plastic with the nanotechnology, they significantly reduce bacteria and blood from sticking to the surface, which translates into potentially reducing biofilm formation of bacteria or colonies or blood clots, which are the culprits that cause occlusion or blockage of catheters. We're going to commence further investigation and development of that project, and with the hope that down the road we potentially will be able to have a better product that will help to reduce the occlusion rate, which is a problem in the healthcare industry. In addition to that, we're also looking at growing from a geographical standpoint. REPELWRAP Film, when we are at a position to be able to bring it to market, will start in Canada, but the idea is to then move to the US and commercialize, as well as other global markets. In addition to that, we are also looking at bringing in products that are complementary to what we're doing, which is essentially protecting surfaces or protecting against bugs being transmitted. And so we believe there's a lot of opportunity out there for us to bring in these products. And in fact, we're exploring a few of those right now.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That is Carolyn Myers, CEO of FendX Technologies. Ticker on the OTCQB market is FDXTF, and ticker on the Canadian Stock Exchange is FNDX. Carolyn, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was fun to be here.
Absolutely. And for all of you folks at home, for all things finance, visit benzinga.com.